For decades, the massive underground facility in rural Pennsylvania has been nothing more than a rumor, a place whispered about in military bars and late-night radio shows, a place where files go but never come back, a place where the government stores the things it cannot explain and the things it does not want you to ever see. Most Americans have never heard the name. Those who have wish they hadn't. This is the story of the only man who made it out alive, and the night the mountain woke up. Part 1. The Man Who Didn't Belong There. Ethan Ward never believed in ghosts. He believed in broken people, in damaged minds, in classified operations buried under red tape. After 15 years in Army intelligence and another 10 working private security, Ethan thought he'd seen every kind of darkness a human could make. But Iron Mountain was different. He got the call on a gray November morning, just as he was pouring coffee in his Pittsburgh apartment. The number wasn't familiar, but the tone was. "Mr. Ward," the voice said, "we need your assistance with a federal containment breach." Containment. That was not a word anyone used lightly. "Wrong number," Ethan said. "No," the voice replied calmly, "we're calling about Iron Mountain." Ethan froze. "That's not public property," he said carefully, "and it's not federal. It's something else." "Exactly," the voice replied. "We need someone who can handle something else." Within 2 hours, Ethan was inside a black SUV headed north, toward a mountain that did not officially exist, even though it held the most secure underground facility in the United States, a 200-acre labyrinth carved into limestone, colder than a morgue and twice as silent. If hell had a filing cabinet, this was it. The first sign. The guards at the entrance looked nervous. Not alert, not cautious. Nervous. Men with high clearance credentials don't get nervous. They get promoted or transferred. Whatever happened inside had rattled them in ways Ethan didn't like. A captain met him at the checkpoint. "You're Ward," the captain said. "You're late." "No," Ethan replied. "I'm just the last person you wanted to call." The captain hesitated, then lifted the gate. "We lost visual contact with Section K-12, he said, walking alongside Ethan into the tunnel. 12, Ethan repeated. "That's restricted even for management." "Yes, because of the archive." Ethan stopped walking. "Hold on," he said. "You're talking about that archive." The captain didn't answer. He didn't need to. Ethan had heard rumors when he was still in service. Stories about boxes that hum on their own. Pages that rewrote themselves. Artifacts dug up from places older than any native civilization. They called it the Unearthed Collection, items discovered in caves, burial chambers, and sealed stone rooms all over the continent, items science couldn't classify and history refused to claim. Section K-12 was where the government kept the ones they feared the most. Not feared because they were dangerous, feared because they were unexplainable. The breach. Inside the mountain, the cold hit like a fist. Even with industrial heaters running night and day, Iron Mountain stayed at a permanent 52 degrees, an uncomfortable reminder that they were deep underground. The lights flickered above, long white tubes buzzing softly. Something was wrong. The air tasted wrong, metallic, like old blood or rusted iron. A security tech rushed toward them. "Captain, the sound again, it's starting up." Ethan frowned. What sound? Before the tech could answer, a deep vibration rolled through the concrete floor. Low, resonant, almost like a voice humming beneath the earth. The walls trembled gently. It wasn't the vibration that bothered Ethan, it was the reaction of the guards. They backed away. Every single one of them. Ethan had seen men run toward live gunfire without flinching, but whatever made that humming sound made hardened soldiers step back like terrified children. "Where's your visual feed?" Ethan demanded. The tech swallowed. "Offline, sir." "All of it?" "Section K-12 is dark." Dark. Iron Mountain had 5 independent power grids, dozens of fail-safes. A complete blackout was nearly impossible. But a blacked-out archive? Ethan exhaled slowly. "I'm going down there," he said. The captain caught his arm. "You don't understand. People didn't just disappear. They changed. Ethan stared at him. What does that mean? The captain's voice broke. They walked into K-12, sir, and they came back as something else. The door to K-12. The walk to the lower levels took nearly 15 minutes, a series of tunnels so long they seemed to bend into infinity. Frost formed at the edges of the steel doors. The humming was louder now, rising and falling in slow waves. Not mechanical, not electrical, alive. When they reached the final security barrier, Ethan noticed something odd. The door wasn't broken. It wasn't forced. It was open. The thick vault door, 12 inches of reinforced steel with hydraulic locks, stood slightly ajar. A cold draft flowed out from the darkness, so cold it made Ethan's teeth ache. He drew the emergency flashlight from his vest. "Stay behind me," he said. No one argued. They didn't want to go in. They didn't want to be anywhere near that door. Ethan pushed it open with his shoulder. It groaned like a dying animal. The darkness inside swallowed the light from the hall. Ethan stepped inside and immediately saw the first body.